In Jesus' Sermon on the Mount, there's a couple things that are said here that I just got a clearer understanding of, which is pretty interesting. So this is Matthew chapter 5, verse 38. You have heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. A lot of times people quote this verse thinking it means revenge. If you take out my eye, I'm going to take out your eye. But if we actually read the reference here in Exodus, the Lord is giving Moses the law. And the purpose was to say that if someone hurts someone else, there has to be justice, that it must be repaid to be equal, to make sure that if someone hurts the eye of their servant, that servant must be let go, that physical abuse is not okay, and that there must be a righteous fulfillment of the law. It wasn't really about revenge. And here, but I tell you, verse 539, but I tell you, do not resist an evil person, but whoever slaps you on your right cheek, turn the other to him also. And if anyone wants to sue you and take away your tunic, let him have your cloak also. So I was kind of seeing this, you've heard it, an eye for an eye. So if someone pokes out your eye, then don't resist him. Let him poke out your other eye, right? That's what I would kind of read this to mean, which never really felt right. And people don't practically do that because that doesn't seem right, to just allow people to abuse you and make you blind. And so when I actually looked this up in the New American Commentary, the NAC on Matthew, this is volume 22, and this really helped. It points out that resist here, the word resist, is not talking about physically resisting someone or blocking yourself or trying to stop them from hurting you. It's talking about resisting them in the legal sense. Also, the word slap is talking about an insult. And so here in the commentary, it talks about that. It says, the Greek word for resist here is often used in a legal context. In light of verse 40, where it talks about suing someone, it is probably meant to be taken this way. And then we can see there, striking a person on the right cheek suggests a backhanded slap from a typically right-handed aggressor and was characteristic of a Jewish form of insult. Not until I read that did it click to me that, of course, a slap is not supposed to actually hurt you or kill you. A slap is to insult you, not to assault you. And so it really brought to light in this verse that it's talking about you don't have to be a pacifist. You don't have to allow people to abuse you. And that's exactly what it says here in the commentary. In no sense does verse 39 require Christians to be subject themselves or others to physical danger or abuse, nor does it bear directly on the pacifism or just war debate. And verse 4 is clearly limited to a legal context. This is really helpful. So as Christians, we don't need to endure abuse. We don't need to let people poke out our eyes or break our arms. That's not what this is talking about. You can certainly withdraw, hopefully, if you can, or defend yourself if necessary. This is talking about when someone insults you. If they insult you by slapping you in the face with an insult, you can turn the other cheek. Rather than responding with an insult, you can take that insult, even if it means they insult you more. That's what this is talking about. And of course, the eye for the eye and tooth for a tooth. That was saying that, the law is that if you hurt someone, it is right and just for them to have to repay the same thing. But I think Jesus is saying here that accept their insults. And if you have an opportunity to respond legally, maybe don't look at trying to apply the maximum penalty back to them. Be gracious. Take their insults. Don't look for revenge.